So I was thinking about, since we only have a little bit of time to do this, I thought I could show you guys just some cool ways to work with 808 basses. Like processing them, distorting them, making them sound real crazy in your face. So I kind of whipped this up last minute here. But let's start with, everyone knows the sound of an 808 bass, I feel like, these days. It's really like, it's in all modern pop rap music, I feel like, most of it. Essentially, I guess it's from the Roland 808 drum machine that was from the late 80s, I think. But it's nowadays, like, it's kind of been reinvented and it's all distorted, saturated sounding. And I was thinking of some ways to kind of make new 808 sounds. So this bass that I have here in the Simpler is just a sample from a Murda splice pack. And it's just super saturated, just knocks really hard. On Span, you can see it's just real chunky looking wave. So a cool thing that I've kind of been messing with recently is the Ableton Saturator, which is just a really powerful saturator plugin that is really deep. If you load it up and go to this wave shaper thing at the bottom, you can get some just crazy tone out of it, like create just a wide range of sound. And you can run, it's really cool just to like, I'll just load up a Serum real quick. I'm sure most of the people in here probably have a copy of Serum. But if you just load it up and just load like a sine wave in it, loads. There we go. So if you just load a sine wave in this analog, basic shapes, and then slap a saturator after it, right here. And if we go to wave shaper and you start driving stuff inside the plugin, you can get just such a, right away, just such a crazy range of sound. And all of these, especially like I'm gonna turn this down a little bit just because it gets kind of crazy. I don't want to blow anyone's ears out, but this bass knob and then the depth knob, if you mess with these, you could just get a crazy range. Let me turn it down even more. Anyway, so in your own time, like, mess with this plugin in wave shaper mode, like driving it, all of these parameters, when adjusted, make just some really crazy colors and textures. So anyway, the saturator, if we take an 808 bass sample like this, oops, Audio's totally glitchy, huh? So this bass sample is like already really fat, saturated. So I was thinking about taking that and basically splitting it into 3 parts. Here it is loaded up with the saturator on it with some weird settings. And then it's hitting a low pass filter with the EQ8 high cut. So what I was thinking about doing is setting it up into three bands, like a low version, a mid version, and then like a high kind of distorted part of it to make one new bass sound out of it. So it's going to have a whole new sound to it. It's not going to sound like the Murda splice sample. So here is here's a low one, and it's basically it's kind of just beefing it up a little bit, like giving it a little warmth. But then this low pass is kind of what's getting rid of some of that like mid range and top. So it just sounds like a kind of a warm sub, and I think that's at like 200. You know, you can play around with where the frequency is at when you're splitting these up. So here's a mid layer. It's kind of the same deal, same sample, hitting the saturator with different settings, and then this one is like just a little mid-range band up until like 1,000 hertz. And then so this one sounds like this. Is my audio loud enough or too loud?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay. All right, so when you play these two together, whoops, you get that. My audio is glitching a little bit. And then so here is another layer with another saturator that I just kind of mess with it until the tone kind of matches what I'm looking for. You know, I'm not going into this like with any sort of calculated approach. Like lately with audio, I've just been like just trying new shit all the time, and it's been really cool. I've learned a lot in the last year or so. But here's a high layer, and in my headphones, it sounds like my buffer is going crazy, but I apologize if it might be my internet connection.
It sounds clean on here.
Oh, okay. It might just be on my end. But anyway, so basically, like this low band is just like the low bassy part of the sound. Let me just show you the Span Plus. So if you guys don't have this, I would recommend getting a frequency analyzer. This one's pretty cool. You put it on your master out at the end of whatever you got going on in your master, and it shows you what's going on in a real precise way. Really good for you know, separating sounds and getting rid of bad frequencies, whatnot. But yeah, so if we go in, just to show you like how crazy this stuff can sound really quickly, we could go into this high layer. You could get a wide range. Anyway, mid-range layer, you could mess with that. But yeah, it takes a bit of tweaking to get it to sound right. But I guess the overall approach is you could take any bass sample and duplicate it 3 times and make, a low band, a mid band, and a high band. And you could affect all of them a little bit differently, and then maybe just render out that one bass hit, and then you can load that back into a sampler. Just a cool way to get some different vibe on the 808.